Xiao Tu didn't have any hope. He just went over to see, as Su Chen had told him earlier, the sound was quite loud. But when he saw the scene in front of him, Xiao Tu had to gape in astonishment. The rock in front had been shattered by Su Chen with a single punch. Some small rocks were still falling with fire. Xiao Tu was scared, he was extremely surprised, and stuttered, "Oh my god, brother-in-law, you! How did you do that?" Su Chen shrugged and said arrogantly, HMPH, HMPH. I told you it was ancient martial arts boxing. Su Chen said to Xiao Tu with absolute confidence, as long as you learn ancient martial arts boxing from me, you can defeat Zhao Shan with just one move. The next day, at the boxing gym, on the stage, a boxer had been knocked down by Zhao Shan. The audience below was extremely excited, shouting, he didn't even get a single hit. He didn't even get a single hit. Zhao Shan stepped on the opponent's back with his foot. He proudly pointed down at his feet, then said some incredibly provocative words. Now, even the strongest Win family boxing master in masculinity has been defeated by me. Masculinity is truly trash. Who else dares to challenge me? Among the audience, even though they were very angry with Zhao Shan's provocation, they couldn't do anything. It's scary, the Win family's boxing master lost. Now, no one in masculinity dares to go up against him. When Zhao Shan thought that no one else would dare to fight him, Song Tu appeared. He shouted, "Me too." He successfully caught the attention of the audience and Zhao Shan. Song Tu appeared with Su Chen. Su Chen introduced him, "This is Song Tu, the representative of the Song family's Shane Wu boxing gym." Song Tu shyly scratched his head and greeted everyone. Zhao Shan's expression changed after seeing Song Tu. He kept waving his hands. No, I won't fight. I don't bully children." Everyone below the stage had already seen Song Tu's thin frame, and they were disappointed and said, "Hayes, boxing master from the Song family, please don't come up and embarrass our masculinity, okay?" Su Chen approached the stage. He said to Zhao Shan, "Big brother, do you remember me? Show some respect, fight my little brother." Zhao Shan immediately recognized Su Chen. Oh, it's the brother who showed me the way before. Since he still owed Su Chen a favor, he agreed to fight Song Tu out of respect for Su Chen. "Alright, you helped me before, I have to show you respect, but fighting a child is meaningless. How about we add some excitement?" Zhao Shan looked down at the audience. He hadn't even started fighting, but he was already so confident, he called out to everyone, "Place your bets. Place your bets. Let's see what kind of injuries this kid will have, broken arms, broken legs, or a cripple." Below the stage, the audience was energized by Zhao Shan's arrogant words. Everyone rushed to place bets on Zhao Shan. "I bet he'll be a cripple. I bet he'll break his arm. I bet he'll be disabled." Surprisingly, Su Chen also participated in the betting. "I'm betting with you guys. I bet Zhao Shan will be unconscious." As soon as Su Chen finished speaking, the lively atmosphere disappeared. Everyone became silent and looked at Su Chen in astonishment. Then, everyone burst into laughter. "Ha ha ha, how is that possible? Isn't this just giving away money?" Zhao Shan also thought that Su Chen's words were impossible. "Ha ha ha, alright, go ahead. I won't stop you if you want to lose money." Song Tu also thought that he couldn't knock Zhao Shan unconscious. He was extremely worried and asked his brother-in-law, "Brother-in-law, can I do it?" Su Chen assured Song Tu, "It's alright. Use the move I taught you, you'll be fine." When Song Tu stepped onto the stage and stood facing the massive Zhao Shan, he really did look like a child. The match begins. Even though Su Chen had taught him ancient martial arts boxing, Song Tu was still very nervous. Although his brother-in-law had taught him ancient martial arts boxing, he had only learned it for a day, and he wasn't sure if he could do it. Zhao Shan launched an attack. He jumped up and swung his fist towards Song Tu. "Haha, so many people placed bets on me. I can't disappoint everyone." Zhao Shan shouted, "Die," but surprisingly, Song Tu managed to dodge his attack. Zhao Shan's fist hit the rope around the stage. Seeing the power of that punch, Song Tu was terrified. He broke out in a cold sweat, gaped in shock, and exclaimed, "What the hell, it's so strong." Zhao Shan threw a flurry of punches at Song Tu. He was very proud of himself. "Haha, kid, you can't dodge my punches." Song Tu was repeatedly hit and backed away. Su Chen remained calm. He quickly told Xiao Tu, "Don't be afraid. Dodging won't work. Counterattack decisively." At this time, Song Tu stood motionless as Zhao Shan jumped in front of him. This time, he couldn't dodge anymore. He might as well just wait for death. Since the fighting stage was behind Song Tu, he couldn't keep backing away. There was no other choice. He had to counterattack. Damn it, I can't dodge anymore, I'll try to use ancient martial arts boxing for defense. Seeing this, everyone below the stage closed their eyes, unable to bear to watch. They sighed, Haze, he's dead for sure. Call an ambulance for the kid. Su Chen agreed with them. Yes, call one. He looked at the situation on the stage, which had completely changed. Zhao Shan, the one who was going to win, was knocked down by Song Tu. Su Chen continued, but the one who needs the ambulance. Zhao Shan was knocked down, spitting out a mouthful of saliva. Su Chen, below the stage, proudly said, I think it's the other person. Zhao Shan was knocked off the stage. The ground where he fell had many cracks, and Zhao Shan was completely unconscious, to everyone's astonishment. Under the stage, everyone's eyes were wide open, their mouths agape in astonishment. No way, that kid knocked Zhao Shan down with one punch. Even Song Shu himself couldn't believe it. He had defeated Zhao Shan. My god, what the hell? I just wanted to use ancient martial arts to defend myself a little bit. How could one punch make him fake death? Meanwhile, Su Chen was very happy as he went to collect the bets. He took a big bag to put the money in. Come on, come on, come on, thank you everyone, thank you for sponsoring. The people who bet on Zhao Shan now could only cry as they gave Su Chen their money. Why is this happening? I've lost a lot. Song Shu on the stage was still lost in the joy of victory. Ha ha ha, who said my male power is trash? I, representing male power, have won. People under the stage continuously shouted his name, Song Shu, Song Shu. But unexpectedly, Zhao Shan, who was supposed to be unconscious, suddenly woke up. His face was full of murderous intent as he stared at Song Shu. Song Shu seemed to sense something and his expression changed immediately. Zhao Shan was furious and yelled, Damn it, you can defeat me, you must have used dirty tactics to attack me. He continued to attack Song Shu. Come on. Song Shu was caught off guard by Zhao Shan's sudden appearance. He hurriedly dodged the attack. He exclaimed, This is the dirty tactic. But before Zhao Shan's fist could reach Song Shu, he was knocked down again by Su Chen who suddenly appeared. Whoa, 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 whoa. Su Chen's fist was still smoking. He warned Zhao Shan, Hey, brother, you can't say one thing and do another. You can't attack from behind. Zhao Shan was beaten so badly that his face was swollen and his nose was bleeding. He could only feel pain. Ah, Su Chen looked down upon him, but he himself was the fastest at attacking from behind. The audience was completely astonished and couldn't believe their eyes. What? Zhao Shan was even more seriously injured than before. Zhao Shan was in pain, trembling, and knelt down on one knee. He was unwilling to accept defeat to Su Chen. You attacked me from behind. Your victory isn't glorious. Su Chen said coldly, What? I dealt with you using your own methods. Brother Zhao, you can't lose? Is the principle of the Northern Fist too extremes? Under the stage, there was only astonishment and disbelief as everyone witnessed Su Chen defeat Zhao Shan. What? Zhao Shan was defeated by Song family's foolish son-in-law? This is no foolish son-in-law. Su Chen is probably the leader of the new generation in Shencheng. The audience became extremely excited. They began to shout, Song Shu was able to defeat Zhao Shan. It must be because of Su Chen's teachings. Song Shu's male power, Su Chen's invincibility. Thank you for winning glory for us. Song Shu was flattered by everyone's praise. He blushed and said softly to Su Chen, Brother-in-law, they're calling me Song Shu with male power. Su Chen was helpless with him. He had such a lack of ability. Su Chen took Song Shu's hand and raised it, declaring victory. Praise and admiration from the audience kept coming. He's so handsome. Oh, 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 oh. Anyway, our male power has won today. Oh, 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 oh. That day, the news of Su Chen and Song Shu fighting for male power and defeating Zhao Shan spread throughout the streets, alleys, and roads of Shencheng. Su Chen's picture was displayed on the streets. Two girls passed by, saw his picture, and were very admiring. That's Su Chen. He's so strong. Wow, he's handsome. The two girls kept praising Su Chen. Wow, look at that fist. Just then, Song Nian passed by. She still couldn't believe that Su Chen had won against Zhao Shan. Su Chen defeated Zhao family? Then, after that, Song Nian became angry because she was worried. Does he want to offend all the big families in Shencheng? Really? The scene then shifted to the royal family. There were 4 people sitting and talking to each other. Huang Yu Yan clenched his fist in anger and snorted, "What new generation of Shencheng? Is Su Chen worthy?" Huang Zhanhong also looked down upon everyone praising Su Chen. But saying that Su Chen was the new generation of Shencheng was ridiculous. He said coldly, "The leader of the new generation of our royal family, Yu Heng, should be back now." Just then, a couple appeared outside the door. The man held the girl's hand and greeted everyone. "Father, uncles." The man who just appeared was the leader of the new generation of the royal family that Huang Zhanhong just mentioned, Huang Yu Heng, and the girl beside him was his girlfriend, Yi Yan. Huang Yu Heng introduced his girlfriend to everyone in the family. "I'm back. This is my girlfriend, Yi Yan." Yi Yan and Huang Yu Heng went in together. She politely greeted everyone. "Hello everyone." Yi Yan politely greeted Huang Zhanghong. "Hello, sir. My father is Yi Bui Chuan. I often hear him mention you." Huang Zhanghong was very surprised to hear Yi Yan mention the name Yi Bui Chuan. He was unsure, so he asked again, "Yi Bui Chuan, the Yi family in Yangcheng?" Huang Zhanhong's eyes widened in astonishment. He had considered the benefits to the family if Huang Yu Heng married Yi Yan. The Yi family in Yangcheng, even Xia family, couldn't compare. If Yu Heng marries a daughter-in-law like this, it will be of great help to our royal family. Huang Yu Heng suddenly said, "Father, have you been sick lately? Let me take a look at you." Huang Zhanhong extended his hand for Huang Yu Heng to take his pulse. After taking his pulse, Huang Yu Heng was shocked and said, "This is not a normal illness. Someone has poisoned you. What happened while I was gone?" Huang Zhanhong smiled and said to Huang Yu Heng, "Don't worry too much about my illness." "Haha, don't worry. Lao Nian introduced a master to me. I've been drinking his medicine, and now I'm fine." He reminded Huang Yu Heng to be careful. "By the way, this master you need to pay attention to is Su Chen from the Song family." Yi Yan was very surprised to hear Huang Zhanhong mention Su Chen. "Su Chen from the Song family? Isn't he the foolish guy?" Huang Yu Heng took Yi Yan to a place. She curiously asked, "Yu Heng, where is this?" Huang Yu Heng used his hand to help Yi Yan get out of the car. He suspected Su Chen and Mo Nian were colluding and setting a trap for his father. Yi Yan now understood Huang Yu Heng's intention. "You mean, the poison was given by Su Chen?" Huang Yu Heng insisted that the person who poisoned Huang Zhanhong was Su Chen. If it wasn't him, how would a fool like him have the skills to remove the poison? Huang Yu Heng aggressively went inside to confront Mo Lao. Mo Nian was very surprised to see Huang Yu Heng arrive. "Oh, is this Huang Xiao from the royal family? Did you come to buy medicine?" Huang Yu Heng looked down at Mo Lao, who was sitting on a reclining chair. He accused Mo Lao, "Although your sect can't be considered an orthodox ancient martial arts sect, it's not to the point where you collude with poisoners, right?" Mo Lao said to Huang Yu Heng, "Haha, Huang Xiao. Are you implying that the poison on your father is related to me?" Huang Yu Heng was very angry and clenched his fist. "Old man, you are confessing without being interrogated." Mo Lao couldn't believe that Huang Yu Heng would suddenly attack. He punched Mo Lao, sending him flying backwards. In his anger, Huang Yu Heng continued to insult Mo Lao. "You rely on a third-rate sect like yours and dare to act like a big shot in front of me?" Mo Nian fell to the ground. Because of his age, he was in great pain and cried out, "Hu!" "Ah!" Huang Yu Heng gave Mo Lao a chance to speak the truth before he acted. "Anything else you want to say?" Huang Yu Heng walked over and grabbed Mo Lao's neck. There was blood on his mouth. Choked by Huang Yu Heng, Mo Lao struggled to breathe. Cough, cough. Mo Nian used the little strength he had left to say to Huang Yu Heng, "Huang Xiao, I'll tell you your fortune. Disrespecting your seniors is a bad sign. Be careful, Huang Xiao." Huang Yu Heng didn't pay any attention to Mo Lao's words. He raised his fist with a mocking attitude and said to Mo Lao, "HMPH. You're still pretending to be a celestial being? Can you calculate your own misfortune today?" Huang Yu Heng punched Mo Nian's knee, causing his old bones to break. Mo Lao was both choked and had his bones broken. The pain was unbearable, causing him to scream, "Hu! Ah!" Huang Yu Heng was extremely ruthless. He threw Mo Lao, who was in pain, to the ground. He looked down at Mo Nian, who was trembling in pain, then asked him to convey a message to Su Chen, saying to Su Chen, "If you know what's good for you, go to the royal palace and apologize. Otherwise, your fate won't be better than his." At this time, Xiao Wu Yu was completely unaware of what happened to her grandfather. She held a mask and happily opened the door. But the scene before her terrified her. Mo Lao was covered in blood, one leg was broken, and he was unconscious on the ground. This terrifying scene caused Xiao Wuyu to drop her mask to the ground. Then she hurried over. She cried as she called her grandfather. In another development, there was a family gathering at the Song family. Su Chen received a phone call. "Hello, who is this?" Xiao Wuyu's voice came from the phone. "Su Chen, can you help me? I don't know anyone else. I only kept your number." Su Chen recognized this voice as Xiao Wuyu. Xiao Wuyu cried loudly. She was very scared and said to Su Chen, "My grandfather was beaten by the royal family and is about to die. Please come save him." Su Chen was also very worried. He reassured Xiao Wuyu, "Mo Lao is injured, don't worry. I'll call a doctor for you now." Song Nian worriedly asked Su Chen. Su Chen's two brothers-in-law raised their glasses and toasted Su Chen. "Brother-in-law, let's toast to our brother-in-law making peace with the royal family. I'll drink to you." Su Chen suddenly stood up. He said seriously to the Song family, "I have something to announce. You can decide whether to drink with me after you hear it." The two brothers were surprised. "Oh, Su Chen, what do you want to say?" Su Chen held his glass and declared boldly, "I want to use the Song family's name to declare war on the royal family." Su Chen's brother-in-law raised his glass and took a sip. He thought Su Chen was just joking. Declaring war on the royal family? 10 Song families combined don't have that right. Su Chen's sister-in-law also thought so. "That's right, brother-in-law, don't joke around anymore." Su Chen finished the wine in his hand. "I respect your opinions, but I've made up my mind. I will not only declare war." He used his hand to wipe away the remaining wine on his lips. His eyes shone with determination. "At the same time, I must make the Song family surpass even the royal family. I say what I do." The atmosphere suddenly became eerily silent. Su Chen's brother-in-law was also very dissatisfied and stood up to object. "This is absurd. This is too absurd. Su Chen, you're playing with fire. We can't die together with the Song family." The head of the Song family asked Su Chen seriously, "What do you want to do this time?" Su Chen ignored everyone's objections. He made his decision. "Tomorrow morning at 10, I will officially declare war on the royal family. I must make the royal family a third-rate family in Shencheng." Su Chen's two brothers-in-law stood up and left. "If you want to do that, the Chu family can only cut off all business with the Song family. The Lin family will do the same." Song Nian saw the tense atmosphere and asked Su Chen, "Su Chen, what happened?" Su Chen smiled and reassured her. "It's okay." Su Chen's expression changed instantly. His eyes were full of murderous intent. "Royal family, I want you to never have peace." At this time, at the royal palace, the guards were leisurely reading books and drinking tea. An afternoon tea, so good. They hadn't relaxed for long when the main gate of the royal palace was kicked down. The scared guard spat out the sip of tea in his mouth. The royal guard quickly ran over with their weapons. They shouted, "Who dares to cause trouble at the royal palace?" It turned out that the person who kicked down the royal gate was Su Chen. He jumped up and punched the guard in front of him. At this time, all the guards of the royal palace were knocked down by just two people, Su Chen and Song Shu. Su Chen said to the only guard who was still conscious, "Tell Huang Yu Heng, I'm here." Song Shu twisted his wrist arrogantly and said, "Tell him to pack his things and prepare to leave." The guard immediately ran away. He ran while shouting to let everyone know, "Su Chen, where is he?" "Su Chen is here again." Huang Zhonghong, after hearing the news that Su Chen had come again, slammed the table and stood up. He was furious. "Does this Su Chen think our royal family has no one?" He ordered the servants, "Go get Su Chen and bring him to me. In 1 hour, I want to see Su Chen kneeling here and apologizing." Outside the royal garden, Su Chen and Song Shu were still standing, facing two people from the royal family. A man advised Su Chen, none other than Huang Yuhai. "Su Chen, go back. Huang Yu Heng and his fiancée are both disciples of the Qingyang sect. My father is still mobilizing members of the He Yao Hall." The other girl told Su Chen about the danger of the Qingyang sect so that he could retreat early. The Qingyang sect is an orthodox ancient martial arts sect. Today, even if you bring gods and immortals, you won't be able to survive the royal family. Su Chen walked past them, not paying any attention to their words. He said coldly to the two of them, "Right, I appreciate your kind intentions. I'll go and see your master next time. I'll say a few words on your behalf." Su Chen's face was full of murderous intent, but he must charge into this royal family today. The man who just advised Su Chen looked helplessly at his back. This Su Chen. In the main hall of the royal palace, Huang Zhanhong sat in the middle seat. Beside him were Huang Yuheng and his lover, Yi Yan. At this time, a frightened guard ran in to report, "Master, it's not good. Dozens of people from the Heiyao Hall are no match for Su Chen." Huang Zhanhong slammed the table. He was incredibly surprised by Su Chen's ability. "What? Then send the entire Heiyao Martial Hall. I don't believe Su Chen's fists can knock down the entire Heiyao Hall." As soon as he finished speaking, Su Chen broke through the main door and charged in. He stood amidst the dust, his voice containing contempt for Huang Zhanhong. "No need, your Heiyao Hall treasure." Behind Su Chen, Song Shu was dealing with the last Heiyao Hall member. Su Chen put his hands in his pockets and walked calmly in front of Huang Zhanhong. "I've knocked them all down." Huang Zhanhong was both shocked and scared after hearing that his Heiyao Hall had been defeated by Su Chen. He couldn't believe what he heard. "What? The Heiyao Hall has all fallen?" Huang Yuheng and his lover went up to Su Chen. Huang Yuheng was still very confident in his own abilities, so he looked down upon Su Chen. He didn't hesitate to provoke him. "Su Chen, are you ashamed and angry because of the trap you set for my father and old Mo and I exposed you?" After hearing Huang Yuheng's words, Su Chen curled his lips into a smile. He was now able to confirm his suspicions. "Looks like it's you." Su Chen's eyes flashed with murderous intent. He wasn't threatening, he really wanted to cripple Huang Yuheng. "Today, I came to the royal palace to break someone, spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair." Huang Yuheng was still very confident. He quickly ran towards Su Chen, relying on him. Su Chen calmly watched Huang Yuheng approaching. He continued to use his sect to threaten Su Chen. "I'm a disciple of the great Qingyang sect. Killing you is as easy as crushing an ant." Su Chen didn't panic or dodge, he stood there calmly. "Qingyang sect, 9 Yang steps, not bad moves, unfortunately." Huang Yuheng's arm was caught by Su Chen. Su Chen put one hand in his pocket. The other hand firmly grasped Huang Yuheng's hand. He noticed, "You're like your Qingyang sect grandmaster. Even the essence of your steps." Su Chen threw Huang Yuheng far away. He continued, "You haven't grasped it either." Yi Yan saw her lover fall and couldn't believe it. "How is this possible?" Huang Yuheng sat on the ground in pain. He couldn't believe his eyes either. "How is this possible? The foolish son-in-law of the Song family, how could he be so strong?" Su Chen walked calmly towards Huang Yuheng. He kindly reminded him again, "Hopefully, you still remember my purpose." Su Chen lifted his foot and stomped hard on Huang Yuheng's leg, breaking it completely. Yi Yan and Huang Zhanhong rushed over to Yuheng. Huang Yuheng was in so much pain that he cried. He hugged his broken leg and yelled, "My leg." Ah! Yi Yan couldn't stand to see her fiancé injured. She led a few others to attack Su Chen. "Yuheng is injured, come with me." Su Chen's attention fell on her. He was filled with murderous intent and said, "Don't worry, your turn is coming." Su Chen began to attack. A punch hit Yi Yan's chin. She was knocked unconscious, her face showed the pain. The other 4 were also beaten by Su Chen, none escaped. PFFT. Yi Yan was knocked against the wall by Su Chen and spat out a mouthful of blood. Huang Yuheng, seeing his lover injured, was in great pain and yelled, "Yan Nhi." But his leg was broken and he couldn't move. Huang Zhanhong was very worried about his grandson. He stepped forward with the intention of asking Su Chen to let it go. "Su Chen, forget about Yuheng. Let's pretend today never happened." Under Su Chen's feet was Huang Yuheng, who was in pain, hugging his broken leg. Su Chen coolly repeated the words of the royal family head, "Forget?" Su Chen was angered by him. He grabbed Huang Yuheng's collar. His eyes were bloodshot and full of murderous intent. "Just one question, can you make Mo Lao stand up?" Su Chen grabbed the collar and lifted Huang Yuheng high. He said to Huang Zhanhong with deep heartache, "This is your precious grandson, who beat Mo Lao to the point where he can never stand again. Today, if Huang Yuheng isn't crippled, my name, Su Chen, will be erased from the family register." Huang Zhanhong realized something from Su Chen's words. Could it be? Yuheng beat Mo Lao? Huang Zhanhong realized that Su Chen really wanted to cripple his grandson. He hurriedly begged Su Chen to release Yuheng. "Lao Nian's injury, I will treat it with all my might, and I will personally apologize to him." Su Chen looked down upon his words. Ha, your apology is useless. Why do we need police? He pressed Huang Yu Hang against the wall, then raised his fist. Today, Su Chen must bring Huang Yu Hang to apologize to Mo Lao. The punch was used by Su Chen to break Huang Yu Hang's other leg. No one could stop him. Huang Yu Hang's 2 legs were broken. He was in so much pain that his face contorted, tears streaming down. He cried out in pain, "Ah!" Yi Yan, though injured, still crawled over to her lover. She was very heartbroken, crying as she called Yu Hang. Huang Zhanhong couldn't convince Su Chen, so he used the Song family to threaten Su Chen. Don't leave yourself no way out. This isn't necessarily a good thing. You need to think about how this will affect the Song family. Aren't you afraid for your family? As soon as he finished speaking, a servant holding a phone announced to Huang Lao, "Master, the Song family has just released a message through the Shencheng Business Association forums. The Song family announces that they will begin a war with the royal family from now on." Huang Lao's expression changed instantly. He couldn't believe that the Song family could do this. He fearfully looked at Su Chen, who was holding his grandson. Has the Song family gone crazy? Su Chen dragged Huang Yu Hang away. He provocatively said to Huang Lao, welcome to the war. He took the unconscious Huang Yu Hang with him and said to Song Shu, go, Xiao Shu. Huang Zhanhong shouted to stop him. Su Chen. Outside, Song Nian was waiting anxiously. Why haven't they come out yet? As she was about to make a phone call, Su Chen's voice rang out. Wife. Su Chen happily asked, did you come to pick me up? Su Chen opened the trunk of the car. Looking at Su Chen and Song Shu, she asked, what's going on? You too. Su Chen comforted her, don't worry, wife. I and Xiao Shu are fine. He threw Huang Yu Hang into the trunk. Song Nian curiously asked, you said you two are okay, but he is. Su Chen didn't want to let her know more, so he casually replied, just a fool. Huang Zhanhong couldn't save his grandson, so he was very angry. He kept cursing, useless. A bunch of useless people. They let Su Chen take Yu Hang away. Just then, Yi Yan's phone rang. She received good news and was very moved. Grandmaster Huang of the Qingyang sect, I'm coming soon. Don't worry, Grandpa. Yu Hang will be saved. The scene then shifted to the hospital where Mo Lao was lying. He was still unconscious, his broken legs were hanging up. Xiao Wuyu was watching over him. At this time, someone called Xiao Wuyu. She heard someone calling her, rubbed her eyes and looked towards the door. Who is it? It turned out to be Su Chen. He threw Huang Yu Hang inside. Xiao Wuyu looked at the person who just appeared and was very surprised. Huang Yu Hang was thrown to the ground and cried out in pain, Who? Besides Su Chen, there were Song Nian and Song Shu. He said to Xiao Wuyu, I brought the criminal who beat Mo Lao. He used his foot to step on Huang Yu Hang's leg, causing him to yell, ah. He looked down from above and said to Huang Yu Hang Xiao, Tao and apologized to Mo Lao. Although injured, Huang Yu Hang was still very stubborn. Don't even think about it. Su Chen was surprised. Oh, you refuse? Xiao Wuyu, seeing the person who beat her grandfather, was furious. She slapped Huang Yu Hang. You bastard. Su Chen said with great interest to Song Shu, Xiao Shu. Yu Hang Xiao is on the ground, it's very humiliating. Quickly help him up and continue going. Song Shu twisted his wrist, his face full of excitement. He immediately agreed. Okay. He then used his hand to clamp Huang Yu Hang and lifted him up. Huang Yu Hang was scared out of his wits. He stammered, you. Song Shu held his head tightly. Xiao Wuyu raised her hand to slap him again. You. Huang Yu Hang was slapped until his face was red. Just then, a voice sounded, who dares to lay a hand on Yu Hang? Huang Zhanhong and Yi Yan arrived with Grandmaster Huang and 2 disciples of the Qingyang sect to save Huang Yu Hang. Grandmaster Huang, Luo Shu Kha, pointed at Su Chen and threatened, dare to injure my Qingyang sect disciple? You want to die. Huang Yu Hang, with a swollen face, crawled on the ground. Seeing that reinforcements had arrived, he arrogantly ordered Su Chen, I advise you to cripple yourself and apologize to me right now. He crawled to Luo Shu Ka's feet. Relying on the presence of Grandmaster Huang, he was no longer afraid. Today, Grandmaster Huang is here. Don't even think about leaving. Su Chen looked down at them with utter disdain. You didn't dare to speak before, now you have someone with you, so you dare to bark? A dog relying on its master. Are you talking about your Qingyang sect disciples? Luo Shu Kha was angered by Su Chen. He jumped up and attacked Su Chen. He spoke with a swagger, "Little brat, you want to die?" Su Chen easily caught his punch. Ha! Luo Shu Kha was shocked by Su Chen's ability. He slowly twisted Luo Shu Ka's hand back. Then he said to him with disdain, "The Grand Master of the Qingyang sect. You only have this much strength?" Luo Shu Kha was easily knocked down by Su Chen. Luo Shu Kha hurriedly turned around and said to the others, You too, what are you standing there for?" Luo Shu Kha sat on the ground in pain. The two Qingyang sect disciples, after being scolded by Luo Shu Kha, immediately rushed forward. "Grand Master, we're here to help." Song Shu was about to rush forward. "You want to bully the weak in numbers? Brother-in-law, I'll help you." But Su Chen stopped him. "It's okay, you just watch. This is nothing to your brother-in-law." He kicked one of them, causing him to spit out a mouthful of blood. PFFT. Su Chen continued to Song Shu, "It's not even close." The three Qingyang sect disciples were easily knocked against the wall by Su Chen. In his hand, he was holding an iron rod. Yi Yan and Huang Lao were both astonished. Three Master Huangs combined were no match for Su Chen alone. Realizing that the situation was very unfavorable for them, Huang Zhonghong and Yi Yan quickly approached Huang Yu Heng. Huang Lao covered Huang Yu Heng's mouth. "Don't speak. Yan Nhi and I will take advantage of the chaos and take you away." Song Shu saw them running away and said to Su Chen, "Brother-in-law, the royal family is trying to escape." Su Chen was holding Luo Shu Ka's collar. Hearing Song Shu, he told him, "It's okay, let them go. But they will eventually have to come back and beg." Su Chen threw Luo Shu Kha to the ground. He looked down at the Qingyang sect people from above, coldly. "Remember who I am yet? Still not leaving?" Luo Shu Kha and the other two immediately ran away. Luo Shu Kha shouted, "Go! I remember. He's the 6-year-old kid who beat me up badly back then." The next day, outside Mo Nian's hospital room, Song Nian was receiving a phone call from her father. "I know, father." Song Nian pushed open the door and walked into the hospital room. "Father just called. The royal family has taken actions against the Song family. In a short day, the Song family has suffered heavy losses." Xiao Wu Yu felt very guilty. "Su Chen, you offended the royal family because of my grandfather. I've contacted the elders of the Xingla sect. The Xingla sect in Shencheng might not be very strong, but they can still contribute a bit to the Song family." Su Chen gave her an apple. He comforted her. "Don't worry about this kind of thing anymore. You just need to take good care of your grandfather." Xiao Wu Yu still felt very uneasy, but just then, a voice full of anger appeared. "Delusional. Mo Wu Yu. Can your words represent the Xingla sect?" Mo Wu Yu and Su Chen both looked towards the door. That voice belonged to Elder Wei Guangdao. He angrily scolded Wu Yu. "For an old man like Mo Lao, you want the Xingla sect to offend Qingyang sect? Are you trying to get the Xingla sect destroyed?" Wei Guangdao ordered Wu Yu and Su Chen, "I advise you to go apologize to the royal family. Otherwise, I will expel you from the Xingla sect right now." Mo Wu Yu was furious. On what basis? Clearly, Huang Yu Heng was bullying others. Is the Xingla sect going to protect the royal family? Su Chen protected Wu Yu behind him. He confronted the Xingla sect people. "That's right, who are you? On what basis are you negating the sect master's words?" Su Chen smiled and said to Mo Wu Yu, "Sect Master Wu Yu, it's time for you to reveal your identity as the Xingla sect master." Hearing Su Chen's words, Wu Yu was very surprised. Wei Guangdao naturally didn't believe Su Chen's words. He scolded, "Nonsense, the Xingla sect master can't be a little girl." Su Chen smiled. He said to the other person, "Why not? As far as I know, the one who holds the Xingla order is the Xingla sect master. Sect Master Wu Yu, take out your Xingla order from your bag. Reveal your identity." Mo Wu Yu rummaged in her bag. She didn't believe Su Chen's words either. "Su Chen, what are you doing? How can I?" But her expression was very surprised at this time. There really was a token in her bag. Mo Wu Yu held the token in her hand and said doubtfully, "The Xingla token?" The Xingla sect people were arrogant before, but when they actually saw the Xingla token, their expressions changed. "What? How is that possible?" Mo Wu Yu held the token in her hand and looked at Su Chen, puzzled. She thought to herself, how did Su Chen know? Could he really be the master of the Lian Daozun? Su Chen clasped his hands and politely said to Wu Yu, Sect Master Wu Yu. You now have the highest authority in the Xingla sect. He looked at Wei Guangdao's group and coldly said, even without respect, absolute power is yours. Wei Guangdao, quickly pay your respects to the sect master. After hearing Su Chen's reminder, Wei Guangdao's group finally knelt down and bowed. Wei Guangdao, I pay my respects to the sect master. It's really the Xingla token. Mo Wu Yu held the token in her hand. Good, now I'm the sect master. She held the token in front of the people who were kneeling on the ground. Wei Guangdao, hear my command. Use all the secular power of the Xingla sect to help the Song family in Shencheng. Wei Guangdao could only obey. Guangdao obeys. In another development, at the Huang Family Hospital's orthopedics department, Huang Zhanhong and Yi Yan were anxiously waiting outside the emergency room. Huang Lao anxiously paced back and forth. He mumbled, why hasn't he come out yet? Just then, the emergency room door opened. A doctor, with a tired expression, took off his mask and walked out. Huang Zhanhong worriedly asked the doctor, how is my grandson? Yi Yan also anxiously called the doctor. The doctor still had sweat on his face. He recalled the scene in the operating room and said fearfully, we've tried everything. No matter what, we can't mend the bone. You should go find someone else. Huang Zhanhong was very excited. He rushed forward and grabbed the doctor's collar. A broken bone can't be cured? You quack. Yi Yan stopped him. Father, don't be hasty. It must be a qi mend technique. I'll invite someone from our sect to mend Yu Heng's bones. Huang Lao's face was very fierce. He was determined to take revenge on Su Chen. Okay, I'll go apologize to Mo Lao personally another day. But the Song family must die. Then the news of the Song family challenging the royal family in Shencheng broke out, and at the same time, the royal family angrily declared, within 3 days, the Song family will disappear from Shencheng. At this time, in the Song family hall, Su Chen was sitting and talking to the Song family heads. Sha Bei stood up and apologized to Su Chen. I'm sorry, Brother Chen. I was expelled by my father. The Sha family can't help this time. Song Lao said, Sha Xiao, you've done your best. It's just that the Song family doesn't have any support this time. I'm afraid it's really over. Su Chen held his phone and stood up. He revealed some news. Don't worry, I've made arrangements for cooperation. Come with me to room 1 at the Tenglong Hotel in Wading to meet them. As soon as Su Chen finished speaking, everyone in the room was shocked. What? Then at the Tenglong Hotel, Su Chen's group was stopped by a manager. I apologize, sir. The manager rubbed his hands and refused to let Su Chen enter room 1 at the Tenglong Hotel. Room 1 at the Tenglong Hotel is already booked. You wouldn't mind moving to the lobby, would you? Song Nian was very dissatisfied and said, we booked the room to invite a distinguished guest. Besides, there's no reason to invite a distinguished guest to the lobby. The manager's attitude was very arrogant. He didn't hide his disdain for them. Room 1 at the Tenglong is only for VIPs. The Song family is about to be crushed by the royal family. You're lucky to get the lobby. I'm giving you face. Song Ta Dung was about to scold him angrily, but Su Chen stopped him. Let's go to the lobby. He said to the manager, but do you think you'll be kneeling down and begging us to go to room 1 at the Tenglong later? The manager was not afraid at all. I look forward to it. In the meantime, Su Chen and the Song family had to accept sitting in the lobby. Behind them, 2 employees were constantly gossiping. The Song family is collapsing. Are they really going to entertain guests in the restaurant lobby? I'm going to livestream this to the whole city. The manager from before went up to the girl who was live streaming and said, go live with it. I must make the Song family lose face in front of the entire city. They even said I'll kneel down and beg them. As they were happily discussing, is it true? It's hilarious. A man walked in. The chairman of the Mei Jia group, Chen Wen, frowned and asked the manager, is he here? The manager from before was immediately scared. He hurriedly went forward to greet him. Yes, Mr. Chen, you came to Wading today, why didn't you greet us beforehand? Chen Wen was surprised. What's going on? The Song family invited me to meet them. Quickly lead the way. The manager turned pale. He remembered Su Chen's words from before. He stammered, the Song family, he. Song Nian, seeing the person arrive, went to greet him. Mr. Chen, please come this way. I apologize, there was a slight problem with the room we booked. We can only choose the lobby. Chen Wen coldly looked at the manager. Oh, the lobby? The Tenglong can't even spare a room? The manager was anxious. He was crying inside, but he had to remain calm on the outside. Yes. It was a mistake by the front desk. I didn't know the Song family even invited the Manhwa group. Song Lao stepped forward and shook Chen Wen's hand. Mr. Chen, it's a pleasure, it's a pleasure. Song Nyan secretly kicked Su Chen. He asked in doubt. Song Nyan reminded Su Chen. Mr. Chen is here, be serious. Chen Wen stood in front of Su Chen. Song Nyan worriedly thought, I heard Mr. Chen is very strict about etiquette. I hope Su Chen's rudeness doesn't anger Mr. Chen. Chen Wen unexpectedly bowed and greeted Su Chen. Greetings, Mr. Su. Everyone was shocked by the scene before them and the address Chen Wen used for Su Chen. Mr. Su? Chen Wen cheerfully shook Su Chen's hand. Su Chen also smiled back. Ha ha, Mr. Chen, you're too polite. Song Nyan, standing beside, looked at this scene and was very confused. What's going on? In Huang Yu's study, Huang Yu Yan took out his phone and said, Uncle, look, someone is live streaming the Song family. Huang Yu looked at the news on his phone. Chairman of the Manhwa group, Chen Wen, appeared at Wading, sitting in the lobby with the Song family. Huang Yu was the second son of Huang Zhonghong. He glanced at it and confidently said, the Manhwa group dares to help the Song family at this time. Then we'll suppress the Manhwa group as well. We'll see who dares to side with the Song family in the future. The manager from before was very scared. He wiped his sweat. Luckily, the Song family only invited one big shot. If there were more big shots, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to keep this job. As he was thinking, a female receptionist ran over hurriedly. Manager, there are guests who want to go to room 1 at the Tanglong. The scared manager stammered and asked, room 1 at the Tanglong? Are they also here for the Song family? The female receptionist replied, yes, it's the head of the Shang family in Shuncheng, Shangla. The manager and receptionist lined up to greet Shangla. One receptionist was very surprised. The Shang family in Shuncheng? What a big family. The receptionist from before checked her notes and continued. There's also the head of the Dong family in Yangcheng, the head of the Shi family in Ancheng, the Chanla group, and the Feng Cheng group. The receptionists huddled together and discussed. My God, they are all big shots. Our hotel is putting them in the lobby. Is there something wrong? I think Manager Wu is going to be in trouble. The manager was truly very scared. His mind was filled with question marks. So many families are all here for the Song family. Isn't the Song family collapsing? How can they have such a big presence? Just then, Zun Lei Su appeared with bodyguards. He said to the manager, room 1 at the Tanglong, I'm in a hurry. The manager was very scared. He panicked and held his head. What, even the chairman is someone the Song family invited? I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Song Nyan went to greet him. I apologize, Mr. Zun. Room 1 at the Tanglong is temporarily booked by someone else. You can only move to the lobby for now. Zun Lei Su asked the manager, who is in room 1 at the Tanglong right now? The manager was scared by Zun Lei Siu's gaze. He stammered, right now, there's no one. He immediately knelt down at Zun Lei Siu's feet and apologized. Mr. Zun, I was just kidding with the Song family's friends. Can I take you to room 1 at the Tanglong now? Zun Lei Su was very angry. HMPH, your habit of looking down on others has returned? From this moment, you are fired. The manager was dragged out by the bodyguards. He cried and begged, Mr. Zun, please give me another chance, Mr. Zun. Zun Lei Su was very remorseful and apologized. I apologize, everyone. This employee made a mistake. Please, Mr. Su, go to room 1 at the Tanglong. Su Chen smiled in front of everyone, to the astonishment of the entire Song family. At this time, all those watching the livestream learned about this and were very shocked. What? The Song family was invited by Mr. Zun to room 1 at the Tanglong? Is the Song family so powerful? My God, could the Song family be rising again? In room 1 at the Tanglong, Song Lao raised his glass and said, thank you, everyone, for standing with the Song family at this time. The 9 of us united, we can at least match the royal family in strength. Song Lao was still holding the glass in his hand. A voice sounded, it's a pity that the golden ladder is still in the royal family's hands. It's not easy to shake the royal family's real estate. Su Chen held his glass. He said mysteriously, really? The room door opened, and another person appeared. Su Chen continued, what if we add the Ning family? Ning Zizhou walked in. Everyone in the room was shocked. Ning Zizhou was the Ning family, known as the first family in Tiannan. Su Chen happily called out, "You're here, Xiao Zhou." Zun Lei Su was sweating profusely. He was so angry that he smashed his wine glass. Damn that lobby manager. The Ning family is here. Luckily, I didn't offend them. Just firing him wasn't enough, I should demand compensation. Su Chen happily said to Ning Zizhou, "That's right, Xiao Zhou, just call me Uncle Su." Song Nian immediately reminded Su Chen, "Su Chen, what are you saying? You're joking around. Young Master Ning will get angry." Indeed, Ning Zizhou's expression was very uncomfortable. He secretly agreed with Song Nian. "That's right, I've been busy with projects for 3 days and finally got a break, but I was called here in the middle of the night. People my age want me to call him uncle." He thought this, but he only dared to think it, not say it. Su Chen stepped forward and put his arm around him. Ning Zizhou's expression was still very uncomfortable. He thought to himself, if it wasn't for Su Chen being a direct disciple of Tai Grandpa, I would have beaten him to death before calling him. Ning Zizhou gritted his teeth and called out, "Greetings, Uncle Su." Su Chen patted him on the shoulder and praised him, "Good boy." Song Nian, witnessing this, was very surprised. "What?" Ning Zizhou, with a grumpy face, turned his head and said, damn it. Su Chen returned to a serious expression. He said, "Today, we're mainly discussing the royal family." Before Su Chen could finish, Ning Zizhou slammed the table angrily. "Then let the royal family die." At this time, Ning Zizhou was filled with anger. In his mind, a furious devil was screaming, "If it wasn't for the royal family, would I be like this now? I must take my anger out on them." The others saw Ning Zizhou's anger and whispered to each other, "What's wrong with young Master Ning? His temper is so hot. Luckily, we didn't provoke the Song family." Zun Lei Su was very anxious at this time. He frantically yelled in his mind, "I'm doomed. I've messed up. Could it be the lobby manager really angered the Ning family? No, I had to kill that manager." In another development, Huang Yu Heng was lying on the hospital bed. An old man was taking his pulse. Huang Zhonghong and Yi Yan stood beside him. Huang Lao anxiously asked the doctor, "Dr. Chow, can my grandson's leg be cured?" Yi Yan comforted Huang Lao. "Don't worry, father. Senior Chow is the elder of the Yao Jiyu sect. No Qi Men techniques can deceive him." But Chao Sheng said to them, "I'm sorry, this leg can be treated, but I dare not treat it. I advise you, whoever injured him should go and beg for his forgiveness. Otherwise, no one will dare to treat him." After hearing this, Huang Zhonghong and Yi Yan were both very surprised. What? They have to receive forgiveness from Su Chen? Just when the situation was tense, Huang Yu Yan rushed over in a panic. "Father, the Ning family and the Song family have joined forces. They bought all the land around the Golden Ladder City. Are they trying to besiege us?" Huang Zhonghong angrily said. "What?" Yi Yan covered her mouth, unable to believe what she just heard. "The Ning family in Yangcheng, the first family in Tiannan, came to help the Song family? That can't be." Yi Bui Chuan pushed open the door and strode in. "I also feel it's unbelievable. The first family in Tiannan actually helped the Song family." Yi Yan was very surprised to see her father appear. "Father, how did you get here?" Yi Bui Chuan was very angry. He grabbed Yi Yan's wrist and dragged her away. "You're so clueless, you don't know how big a mess you've made. Come home with me." Yi Yan tried to break free from her father's grip. "No, I'm not going. Yu Heng needs me right now. Let's join forces with the royal family." Yi Bui Chuan was angered by his daughter. He slapped Yi Yan and scolded, "You are so foolish. That is the Ning family in Tiancheng. Do you not understand how big a mess you've made?" Yi Bui Chuan called for bodyguards. "Take Miss Yi away." Yi Yan was forced to leave. She kept struggling. "No, I must stay by Yu Heng's side. I'm pregnant with Yu Heng's child." Yi Bui Chuan coldly turned and left. He said to Huang Lao, who had been silent all this time, "Don't blame my family, Huang Lao. This time, the royal family really has messed with the wrong people." Huang Yu Heng had woken up. He weakly called out, "Yan Nhi." Huang Zhonghong was still sitting there silently. He wondered to himself, could it be? Then he immediately ordered, "Go and investigate. Go and investigate why the Ning family is helping the Song family. If not, the royal family is really doomed." Then the news of the Song family joining forces with the Ning family and surrounding the royal family shocked the entire city. The land around Golden Ladder City was bought by the Ning family overnight. Golden Ladder City was instantly isolated and defenseless, forming a siege. The Ning family's actions were no different from swallowing Golden Ladder City. The royal family was in crisis. Huang Yu Yan was very panicked. My father's heart disease has recurred. What was shocking was that this time, behind the royal family's siege, the leader was Su Chen, the son-in-law of the Song family. In the news, a man with tears and snot running down his face pointed at Su Chen's picture and said regretfully, "Now I regret provoking him." Mr. Su Chen planned to seize Golden Ladder City from the royal family. It should be completed in half a month. The main character in this story, Su Chen, was very idle at this time. Waiting for half a month is boring. Let's find something to do. Therefore, Su Chen decided to go to the elite martial arts academy under the Song family out of boredom. As he entered, he received greetings. "Greetings, master. Greetings, master." In contrast to Su Chen's idleness, the royal family was in chaos. 3 days later, at the royal family hospital, Huang Zhonghong was still lying in bed. Huang Yu worriedly said, "The land around Golden Ladder City has been bought by the Ning family. If even Golden Ladder City changes hands, the royal family is finished." Huang Yu Yan suddenly said, "Father, I have an idea. I feel that the Ning family will definitely not take action for a small Song family." He clenched his fist and speculated, Su Chen must have used Qi Men techniques to deceive the Ning family. Huang Yu Yan's face was very fierce and full of murderous intent. He thought of a way to kill Su Chen. If Su Chen wants to teach at the elite martial arts academy, we can use the name of the martial arts stage to kill Su Chen. By then, the Song family alliance will collapse, and the royal family will be saved. Huang Lao, tired, said, "Do it then." Under Huang Yu Yan's efforts, the news of Su Chen teaching at the elite martial arts academy spread throughout Shenzhen. Suddenly, the entire city was eagerly looking forward to Su Chen's lessons. Under the urging of the Yi family, the Zhao family also spent a large sum of money to invite martial arts grandmasters, determined to make Su Chen disgraced this time. A week later, in front of the elite martial arts academy, Ning Zizhou was wearing a hooded cloak, secretly hiding outside. "I've heard Su Chen is teaching. I want to see." Ning Zizhou wanted to secretly observe Su Chen. The direct disciple of Tai Grandpa, is he really worthy of the Ning family's help? Inside the martial arts academy, grandmasters from the Yi family, Zhao family, and royal family were all present. Ning Zizhou looked at the grandstands. He was very surprised. Strange, there seemed to be many grandmaster-level experts. This kind of grandmaster-level expert also came to watch Su Chen teach? I'm afraid they're not here with good intentions. Su Chen and Song Shu stood on the martial arts stage. He began to teach. I've heard that the elite martial arts academy mainly teaches the 13 male fists. Today's lesson will be demonstrated by Song Shu performing the new 30 male fists after reform for you to see. Ning Zizhou looked down upon those moves. What, 13 male fists? Those are trash fists. How could anything good be reformed from that? Zhao Shan suddenly appeared. He said to Su Chen, "I've heard that grandmasters all call you the master of male power." Zhao Shan pointed at Su Chen's disciples. "Today, I will represent the Northern Fist and challenge these disciples of yours. Do you dare to accept?" In the grandstands, the audience continuously discussed Zhao Shan. Why is this Zhao Shan here? He was defeated by Su Chen last time. Isn't he embarrassed enough? Song Shu was very angry with Zhao Shan. A defeated general still dares to be so arrogant. Su Chen agreed to Zhao Shan's challenge. "Okay." He asked a young man with a small physique wearing glasses, "What's your name?" The young man replied, I'm called Zhou Wu." Su Chen pointed at Zhao Shan on the stage and said to Zhou Wu, "Okay, you go up and fight in Xiao Shu's place." This level of Zhao Shan is too low for Xiao Shu now. After Su Chen finished speaking, there were continuous discussions. "That's right. And Zhao Shan, he successfully provoked Su Chen by looking down on me?" Zhou Wu went up to the stage, but he was still worried. I'm okay, right? Su Chen, standing behind, smiled brightly and reminded Zhou Wu, "You're definitely okay. Just listen to my commands later." Zhao Shan jumped high and lifted his fist, preparing to punch down. "Find someone new on the stage. You really don't know how to live or die. The media praised you as the master of male power. Do you really believe it?" Zhou Wu was very surprised by Zhao Shan's jump. Wow. Su Chen was not angered by Zhao Shan's words. He started to guide Zhou Wu. "Don't be afraid. 13 male fists, 7th stance, hit his chin. Zhou Wu followed Su Chen's instructions, but he was still very scared and closed his eyes. Help, help. But surprisingly, Zhou Wu was actually able to hit Zhao Shan, causing him to fly backward. PFFT. Zhao Shan fell to the ground with his eyes wide open. Zhou Wu was still standing there in disbelief. In the grandstands, cheers erupted. Oh, oh, oh. He won. Cheers for Su Chen continued to appear. Su Chen, master of male power. Su Chen, master of male power. Zhou Wu looked at Su Chen in astonishment. He gave him a thumbs up. You did great. Ning Zizhou sat among the crowd who were excitedly cheering. He thought angrily, damn it, why did I let Su Chen show off again? Immediately after, the Zhao family grandmaster angrily went up to the stage. Su Chen, you dare to insult my disciple? He raised his fist towards Zhou Wu. Take his life. Suddenly, he rushed towards Zhou Wu, his hand clenched into a fist. Take his life. Seeing Zhao Shan's master about to attack Zhou Wu, Su Chen stepped forward and blocked his fist with one hand. Su Chen sneered, no wonder Zhao Shan likes to attack from behind. To Zhou Wu's astonishment, Su Chen continued, still holding his fist, so, it turns out Zhao Shan's master is a role model like this? Su Chen glanced at Zhou Wu. Zhou Wu, you go down first. I'll handle this. Zhou Wu replied, okay, okay. He quickly ran down. Su Chen pushed Zhao Shan's master's fist, causing him to jump back. Zhao Shan's master landed on the ground and looked up at Su Chen. You can take one of my punches. You have some skills. In the grandstands, everyone started to buzz and discuss. My god, isn't that the Northern Fist Grandmaster, Cao Zhen? A grandmaster has made a move. Su Chen is finished. Su Chen calmly said, everyone, if Grandmaster Cao doesn't mind giving some guidance, then you all should watch carefully. The opportunity for a grandmaster to become a sandbag doesn't come often. The people sitting above heard this and sneered and discussed. The Northern Fist Grandmaster is a sandbag? That's a bit arrogant. He doesn't respect a grandmaster at all. Ning Zizhou pushed his hat and looked down. Sandbag? Interesting. Let me see your true strength. On the stage, Grandmaster Cao angrily threw a fist towards Su Chen. Disrespectful. Grandmaster Cao rushed forward, punching and kicking, but Su Chen nimbly dodged each attack. Su Chen dodged while saying, everyone look closely at Grandmaster Cao's move. It's still, but it contains movement. Truly a grandmaster. The 13 male fists are not enough, what should I do? Then we don't mind incorporating the first stance and the 9th stance together. Before he could finish, Su Chen landed a precise punch on Grandmaster Cao's face, causing him to step back. He continued, look, the effect is obvious. Everyone present was stunned, their eyes wide open, and mouths agape in astonishment. After a while, they finally realized what had happened. They started cheering. Oh my god, Grandmaster Cao was knocked back by one of Su Chen's punches. Could it be that Grandmaster Cao is about to lose? Ning Zizhou broke out in a cold sweat. Su Chen is so young, yet he can fight with a grandmaster? Is he really the direct disciple of Tai Grandpa? Hearing what everyone was discussing in the grandstands, Grandmaster Cao was even angrier. He gritted his teeth and attacked continuously. Su Chen, shut up. But all of Grandmaster Cao's attacks were dodged by Su Chen. Su Chen continued to analyze, very good. Grandmaster Cao has shown us the downside. In combat, remember not to be arrogant, not to be hasty. If not, every attack you make. Su Chen bent down. Su Chen seized the opportunity and landed a direct punch on Grandmaster Cao's stomach, causing him to spit out blood. Su Chen punched while saying, they're all weaknesses. With just one move, Su Chen knocked Grandmaster Cao unconscious onto the floor. Su Chen raised his hand, looked at Grandmaster Cao, and smiled. I've shown mercy. The entire grandstand erupted. They cheered loudly. Victory is so easy. Master Su, master of male power, truly worthy of the name. Ning Zizhou couldn't believe his eyes. He won? He's really won? He was very surprised. He didn't think the fight would end so quickly. He thought to himself, he's younger than me, yet he has the strength of a grandmaster? Is he really the direct disciple of Tai Grandpa? Su Chen turned towards the audience below. Does anyone else want to give some guidance today? Yi Xiao Huang and his group heard this, scared, and backed away. They frantically waved their hands. Little guy, you've misunderstood. I was just passing by. Yes, just passing by. As he finished speaking, the Yi Xiao Huang Grandmaster immediately turned and ran away, not forgetting to say, "I have something to do. I'll go ahead." Yi Xiao Huang saw his Grandmaster leave and hurriedly called out, "Hey, Grandmaster," but it was too late. Huang Yu Yan dejectedly said, "Elder, look." The royal family's Grandmaster didn't rebuke him and said, "It's okay." The secular Grandmasters in the world of power, to us practitioners of ancient martial arts, are just the strength of an entry-level disciple. Suddenly, the royal family Grandmaster jumped, surprising Huang Yu Yan. The royal family Grandmaster flew onto the stage, clasped his hands behind his back, and introduced himself, "Old man, Mai Lin, elder of the Qingyang sect." "Little guy, don't be nervous." Below, a voice echoed, "Rely on him, Elder Mai Lin." Su Chen heard this and activated his wrist joints. "Oh, another Qingyang sect person. It seems I have some karmic connection with the Qingyang sect lately." The people in the grandstands began to discuss again. "Qingyang sect elder? That's a grandmaster of an orthodox ancient martial arts sect. My god, why is even an ancient martial arts grandmaster challenging Su Chen?" Ning Zizhou stroked his chin and thought, "This time it's an ancient martial arts grandmaster. This time, Su Chen will definitely lose, right?" Elder Mai Lin's eyes were sharp and cold as he said to Su Chen, "Little guy, when you broke Huang Yu Huan's leg, did you know he was a disciple of my Qingyang sect?" Su Chen calmly replied, "Whether I knew or not, I'd fight anyone like that as usual." Hearing this, Elder Mai Lin was angry. He raised his fist and rushed towards him, shouting, "Arrogant! I'll teach you." But before he could reach Su Chen, the phone in Elder Mai Lin's pocket rang. Ring ring ring. Elder Mai Lin stopped. He took the phone out of his pocket and answered it. He pointed at the phone and said, "Hey, wait a minute. I'll take this call." Seeing this, Su Chen also smiled and nodded. Huang Yu Yan in the grandstands laughed excitedly. "Ha ha ha. He's answering a call in front of Su Chen. A grandmaster is a grandmaster. He completely disregards Su Chen." On the other end of the line, Shu Ha was scared and hurriedly stopped Elder Mai Lin. "Elder, don't fight anymore. Su Chen is." Mai Lin couldn't hear clearly. He asked, "Shu Ha, what did you say?" Shu Ha repeated, "Su Chen is a disciple of the Zhu Zan sect." Hearing this, Elder Mai Lin suddenly knelt down and dropped his phone. His entire body trembled. "Young master, I think there must be some misunderstanding between us about Huang Yu Huan's matter." Huang Yu Yan saw this and couldn't believe it. He held his head and yelled, "WTF? Is the Grandmaster crazy? What are you doing?" Su Chen raised his hand, gesturing for Mai Lin to stand up. "My elder, there's no misunderstanding. It was me who crippled Huang Yu Huan. Let's continue." Mai Lin covered his mouth and coughed awkwardly. Yu Huan's injury was entirely his fault. If young master is still not satisfied, I'll have him drag his broken leg here to apologize. Huang Yu Yan in the grandstands saw this and exclaimed in astonishment. "What?" Su Chen generously raised both hands. "My elder, you're too polite. Since you're here, let's fight." Mai Lin quickly waved his hands in refusal. No need." Mai Lin angrily turned his head and said to Huang Yu Yan, "If that good-for-nothing Huang Yu Huan can still stand, tell him to go back to the Qingyang sect and kowtow and apologize to me." Huang Yu Yan was shocked and gasped. Su Chen clasped his hands behind his back and turned towards the audience below. "So, is there any other grandmaster who wants to be a sandbag?" The entire audience shouted, "Whoa! Su Chen is invincible. Master Su, please take me as a disciple. Master Su, truly the master of male power." Ning Zizhou thought to himself, HMPH, boring. Looking at Su Chen's appearance, he hasn't used his full strength yet. I must test him out if I get the chance. Song Nian had just arrived and didn't know what had just happened. She went up to Su Chen and asked, "Su Chen, I'm here. How's the teaching going?" Su Chen smiled and replied, "It's all right, wife. Let's go eat." Song Nian and Su Chen happily linked arms and left. At this time, a man in black was standing behind them, silently observing them. Song Nian and Su Chen were happily eating at a restaurant. The man in black from before was hiding in the bushes outside. He looked at Su Chen with resentment in his eyes and thought, "Su Chen, you kicked Song Shenghe out of our sect, didn't you? Enjoy your last supper." This man used black magic to summon poisonous insects. These poisonous insects began to crawl inside the restaurant. Song Nian saw them and was very scared. The insects crawled quickly towards Song Nian. Seeing this, Su Chen stood up, gently pushed Song Nyan aside, and said, "Wife, be careful." Then Su Chen frowned, clasped his hands together, and unleashed his ultimate technique. Destroy. Immediately, all the poisonous insects were killed. The man in black was surprised and slightly scared. My poisonous insects are all dead? No, I have to retreat. Song Nyan, still scared, looked at Su Chen and asked, "What was that just now?" Su Chen remained silent and looked towards the door. He secretly speculated, this is a method of the He Wu sect. Could it be someone from Song Xinghe? Early morning, at the Song family hall, Su Chen and Song Nyan were sitting at a table. Song Ta Dung came up from behind and said, "Su Chen, you asked me to investigate the whereabouts of the entire Song Xinghe family last night. I have information." Song Ta Dung recounted, they were once in the Jingnan region. Recently, Song Xinghe has returned to Shencheng. He rented a villa on the outskirts. He was accompanied by a few unfamiliar faces. Song Nyan turned to Su Chen worriedly and asked, "Third uncle has a vengeful heart. What should we do now, Su Chen?" Su Chen smiled confidently and said, "It's okay, I have a way to deal with it." He thought to himself, good kid, Song Xinghe, he specially brought people back to take revenge? You came at the right time. After a day, the news of Su Chen defeating the Grand Master spread throughout the city. In Mo Nian's hospital room, Mo Wuyu was sitting by the bed, scrolling through her phone. Seeing the news about Su Chen, she was surprised. "Grandpa, this Su Chen is very strong. Is he really our sect master, Mr.?" Mo, lying on the bed, replied, "Yes, he and Le Yun Daozun are sworn brothers." Mo Wuyu finally understood. He's Le Yun Daozun's sworn brother? No wonder he can take out the Xingla token. "Mr. Mo immediately said, "No, Su Chen is his sworn brother." Mo Wuyu was very surprised. He's a sworn brother? Just then, Su Chen opened the door to the hospital room and walked in. "Xiao Wuyu, I heard you have something to do and need to leave Shencheng. What's going on?" Mo Wuyu turned around and called out Su Chen's name. Su Chen walked in and sat down on the hospital bed. Mo Wuyu immediately told him everything. Su Chen understood. "So that's it. I made Wuyu the sect master before. Now, the others in the Xingla sect want to use a duel to fight for Wuyu's Xingla token." Mo Wuyu nervously replied, "Yes, now I'm being pursued by my sect. It's very dangerous, so I decided to leave Shencheng." Mo Wuyu held the token in her hand and stared at it, deep in thought. "If I train for another 5 years, I'll be confident that I won't lose. But now, Su Chen, I'm afraid I can't keep this token." Su Chen stood up and patted Mo Wuyu's shoulder to reassure her. "I'll invite a renowned doctor to treat Mr. Mo. Xiao Wuyu, you come train with me." After hearing this, Mo Wuyu looked up at Su Chen and said, "You." Su Chen looked at Mo Wuyu and smiled. "That's right. There's a chance for real combat at my place." Late at night, at Song Xinghe's diplomatic villa, Song Shu and Su Chen were walking in front. Wuyu followed behind. Song Shu smiled and said, "Brother-in-law, I spread fake news that you're coming to this villa tonight." Su Chen patted Song Shu on the shoulder. "Okay, now, I have many enemies in Shencheng. If these people knew you were coming to a deserted place late at night, they'd be ecstatic. What a good opportunity for revenge." Wuyu asked in confusion, "You want to let them take their revenge on Song Xinghe? Then why are we here?" Su Chen turned his head and said, "Tonight, we'll watch from outside. If there's any fish that slips through the net, it's just in time for the two of you to practice." Song Shu excitedly raised his fist and said, "Okay." At this time, a group of royal family assassins were standing on a tree, observing. They were all dressed in black and had their faces covered. Suddenly, there was a sound that caught the assassins' attention. One assassin said to his boss, "Boss, it seems there are assassins from many families here." The boss turned around and looked. "How many people are there? Are they all here to kill Su Chen?" The boss said, "Su Chen is having a victory celebration here tonight. I'm sure all his enemies are out now. Go, don't let them take the lead." The royal family assassin boss jumped down and loudly said, "Go." Inside the royal family villa, 4 people dressed in black were gathering and drinking. One of them stood up, raised his glass, and said, "Master Huangs, and Master, I toast to you all." This person was Song Xinghe. He continued, "As long as you help me regain my position as the head of the Song family, I will dedicate all the Song family's assets to the Wu Shen sect." The elder of the Wu Shen sect, Wu Xin, also raised his glass and clinked it with Song Xinghe. He smiled and said, "It's good that you have this heart. Unfortunately, the sneak attack didn't succeed last time. Outside, a sniper rifle was hidden under the canopy of a tree, aiming directly at the room. No one in the villa knew. Wu Xin cheerfully raised his glass. If not, Su Chen would definitely have died a gruesome death. Suddenly, the person next to him exclaimed, "Who?" His eyes were wide with fright, catching Wu Xin's attention. After the "who," this person collapsed onto the table. The other three saw this and were very startled. They quickly stood up. Wu Xin couldn't help but exclaim, "Gunfire! How is there gunfire?" Song Xing, he was scared. "Is Su Chen here?" Another bullet flew in. Bang, bang, bang. It hit Song Xing. He cried out in pain. "Ah!" Wu Xin quickly supported Song Xing. "It's over. We're surrounded. We have to go." Song Xing clutched his wounded arm, which was bleeding. He was terrified. My hand, my hand." Suddenly, assassins from all sides of the room broke through the glass windows and charged in. "Kill! Don't spare anyone." Inside the room, there was a chaotic sound of screams. Outside, Su Chen, Song Shu, and Wu Yu were hiding behind the bushes, observing the situation. Song Shu looked up and asked Su Chen, "Brother-in-law, which side do you think will win between these two groups?" Su Chen looked into the villa and said, "The Wu Shen sect, after all, is a sect of unique people. They shouldn't be unable to handle even these ordinary soldiers." Su Chen said to Song Shu, "Watch." As he finished speaking, the royal family assassin boss was knocked out. His body was covered in poisonous insects, causing him to scream in fear. "Ah, ah!" Song Shu, standing here, was also startled. He stood up and exclaimed, "Wow! Yaa! Insects, they're all insects." The assassin heard the sound and rushed towards Song Shu with a dagger. "Who's there?" Song Shu was scared, closed his eyes tightly, then pushed the assassin away and shouted, What's going on? Speak slowly." The assassin was thrown back against the wall. He cried out, "Wow, your strength is incredible." The assassin quickly took out his walkie-talkie and reported to his accomplices, "Guys, Suo Chen is here. Get here quickly." After receiving the notification, the assassin's accomplices rushed out from inside the villa with swords in their hands. Song Shu was alarmed when he saw more and more people coming. Wu Yu hid behind a bush and anxiously asked, "Do you need help?" Suo Chen crossed his arms and stood hidden behind a tree, saying, "No need. These assassins' skills are not as good as Xiao Shu's. Xiao Shu is just a little nervous since this is his first time fighting them, so he can't let go. As long as he dares to let go, based on the skills I taught him." The assassins rushed towards Song Shu and shouted, "Kill him." Song Shu was surprised. "Wow, so many people." Song Shu shouted, "I can only try." Then he swung his fist and punched forward repeatedly. Those hit by his punches fell backward. Seeing Song Shu's fierce attack, Suo Chen continued his earlier sentence, he should have defeated the opponent sooner. After dealing with all the assassins, Song Shu smiled contentedly, "Haha, so I'm this strong." Suddenly, a voice came from afar, startling Song Shu. "Song Shu, clearly you're just a useless person. How come you always manage to turn danger into safety?" Song Shu looked at the person in front of him. "You're Song Kanghuo." Those shrimp couldn't possibly fight against Wu Shenmin. Song Kanghuo and Wu Shenmin's elder Wu Xin stepped out together. Song Kanghuo held his injured arm and smiled maliciously. "This time I invited elder Wu Shenmin to help. Your luck and Suo Chen's luck will soon end." Knowing the assassins couldn't stand a chance, Song Shu was surprised by their speed. "How did you get here? Where are those assassins?" Elder Wu Shenmin laughed. "You're asking those ants who came to your door. It's just a clown seeking death." Wu Xin used a simple formation to make those assassins writhe in pain. Wu Xin looked at Song Shu's back and asked, "You're Suo Chen?" He was an old fox, so he immediately guessed Suo Chen's scheme. "You're truly a professional strategist, luring all your enemies here, using their swords to kill. Unfortunately, our Wu Shenmin's secret technique is controlling corpses as puppets. The assassins trapped in the formation are now being pierced by countless thin spiritual threads, turning them into human puppets. With just one move, Wu Xin can control dozens of human puppets at once. The more corpses you can command, the more powerful they are. You should thank the great gift you brought." He finished, then controlled the puppets to charge towards Suo Chen. Song Shu and Wu Yu were shocked and terrified when they saw so many enemies approaching with powerful momentum. "We're done for, there are too many corpses." Suo Chen calmly put one hand in his pocket and walked forward, saying, "Don't be afraid, I'll handle them." With just one hand, Suo Chen dealt with the corpses in front of him. Wu Xin was surprised. I've lived for so many years, I've never seen anything like this before. The bodies aren't under my control anymore. How is this possible? Suo Chen said, I truly don't understand your Wu Shenman's cunning schemes, but after taking a closer look, I understand immediately. Go. Suo Chen then controlled those same corpses to attack Wu Xin and Song Kanghuo. Wu Xin was even more surprised. He widened his eyes and shouted, it's actually controlling the bodies of our Wu Shenman. He truly understands things in just 2 looks. We're finished, run. Knowing he couldn't fight back, Wu Xin quickly turned around and ran, leaving Song Kanghuo bewildered as he called out, Elder. At this moment, Wu Yu also rushed forward. She swung a palm strike, the Zhicheng hand, hitting Song Kanghuo's back and saying, don't even think about running. Song Kanghuo, caught off guard, was struck, spitting out blood. Song Kanghuo was knocked flying and fell into Wu Xin, making the elder stumble. Song Kanghuo looked extremely miserable, grabbing Wu Xin's leg and begging, Elder, you must help me, Elder. Wu Xin angrily shouted, let go, you good for nothing. While the two were struggling, the corpses charged towards them. Wu Xin immediately grabbed Song Kanghuo's shoulder. Then he used him as a shield. Song Kanghuo was grabbed by the neck and couldn't breathe, he made a muffled sound. Seizing the opportunity, Wu Xin left Song Kanghuo, who was screaming for help, save me. He jumped over the wall, not forgetting to turn his head and leave a message, we'll meet again. Suo Chen expressed regret, so he ran away? Wu Yu looked at Song Kanghuo lying painfully on the ground. Even their own disciples, Wu Shenman, can abandon them. After this, Suo Chen eliminated many assassins, spreading the news among the major families and powerful people, causing a shockwave. 2 gangsters were smoking and talking on the phone. What? Suo Chen single-handedly defeated so many people? His fighting power is so strong? The famous Grandmaster Alliance in the province, Jucheng Grandmaster Alliance, announced that they were inviting Suo Chen to join. On the trending information site, news about Suo Chen was displayed at the top. The dumb son-in-law of the Song family joins the Jucheng Grandmaster Alliance, the number 1 in the province's Jucheng Grandmaster Alliance, and the youngest Grandmaster in history. They also announced that they would hold a joining ceremony for Suo Chen 3 days later, attracting everyone's attention. Suo Chen's image was displayed on buildings with the words, warmly welcome Suo Chen joining the Jucheng Grandmaster Alliance. People looked up at Suo Chen's large picture in awe. Wow, so young and already invited to be a Grandmaster. This is probably the youngest Grandmaster in history, right? So handsome. In the royal family, Huang Yuxian reported, Father, the assassins we sent all failed. The royal family head held his chest and sighed upon receiving the bad news. Huang Yuxian angrily slammed his hand on the wall. Last night, the people in the villa were not actually Suo Chen. He borrowed our swords to deal with his enemies. The royal family head realized he had been manipulated by Suo Chen. He understood how dangerous making this wrong move would be. He turned pale with fear. I'm worried that if Suo Chen doesn't die, the Ning family won't let our royal family off. Could it be that our royal family is truly facing an inescapable disaster this time? Huang Yuxian, unable to bear it any longer, lowered himself and said, Father, why don't we make peace with Suo Chen? Then Yuhan's leg, the entire room fell silent. Huang Yu persisted in refusing to surrender. He said, no need, we still have a chance. Yan Ni's uncle is an elder of the Jucheng Grandmaster Alliance. He'll use the alliance's name to invite him to join. At that time, Yan Ni's uncle will deliberately humiliate him during the joining ceremony. If he dares to be angry, he'll be offending all the Grandmasters in Jucheng. At the Song family, Suo Chen was sitting on the sofa. Song Shu held his phone and ran to Suo Chen. Brother-in-law, look at your phone quickly. Song Shu's eyes lit up. He held up his phone in front of Suo Chen. The Jucheng Grandmaster Alliance announced that you've officially joined. This is the most powerful Grandmaster Alliance in the province. If I could join, I'd be dreaming and smiling even when I wake up. Suo Chen took the phone and looked at it, looking annoyed. What's this nonsense about joining an alliance? They announced it without my consent. Have I agreed? For Song Shu, this alliance was truly an idol, but this was an invitation from the number 1 Grandmaster Alliance in the province. But for Suo Chen, this was just a childish game that he wasn't interested in. It's not as good as watching a piano concert with his wife. Suo Chen threw the phone back to Song Shu. At this moment, Suo Chen's phone rang. Suo Chen answered. Hello, who is this? The other end introduced himself. I am Grandmaster Wei Shugen from the Ju Cheng Grandmaster Alliance. Suo Chen, this Friday at 8 p.m. The Alliance will hold a joining ceremony for you. You must be there. For Suo Chen, this was no different from a spam call. Without waiting for the other end to finish, he hung up directly and said, stupid. Song Shu, standing beside him, was shocked speechless. Wei Shugen, after being hung up on, froze. He hung up. Suo Chen stood up and turned to leave. What's this Grandmaster Alliance? Do they think they're so superior? Song Shu scratched his head, puzzled. No, right? Brother-in-law, are you really rejecting the Grandmaster Alliance? In Yang City, Haitan Sa Stage Theater. Song Yan and Suo Chen were watching a piano concert. Song Yan turned to Suo Chen and whispered, Suo Chen, are you really not going to the Ju Cheng Grandmaster Alliance's joining ceremony? If you don't go, you'll offend them. Suo Chen smiled. Wife, have I offended few people? That alliance is not as important as you. Let's watch the performance. In the distance, a mysterious man in black was following them. He then called to report, hello, miss, we're following Suo Chen. He's now at the Haitan Sa Stage Theater, listening to a performance by Shaolin. At the Ju Cheng Alliance, at the joining ceremony site, Yi Yan was extremely puzzled. What? Suo Chen is listening to a performance in Yang City? After hanging up, Yi Yan looked at the phone in confusion. Suo Chen still has the heart to listen to performances? He's determined to offend the entire Grandmaster Alliance? She looked at the auditorium and chuckled. All right, if Suo Chen doesn't come, he'll openly offend the entire Ju Cheng Grandmaster Alliance. Let's see how he'll stand his ground in the province after this. One of the 8 Grandmasters of the Ju Cheng Grandmaster Alliance, Xiao Tianhe, had been waiting for a long time. He asked loudly, it's already time, why hasn't Suo Chen arrived yet? Wei Shugen sat beside him, holding his phone. Elder Xiao, I've been looking for Suo Chen. But, Wei Shugen hesitated. Suo Chen isn't picking up, his phone is even switched off. Xiao Tianhe's face darkened. He slammed his fist on the table angrily, feeling disrespected. He thinks this Grandmaster Alliance is nothing? He doesn't even take this seriously. Wei Shugen chuckled. Behind Elder Xiao is the Xiao family, a powerful force that can be ranked among the top 5 in Yang City. Suo Chen is now offending Elder Xiao. Sooner or later, he'll have to leave Yang City. At this moment, Yi Yan ran up and said loudly, adding fuel to the fire, I found out. Suo Chen is listening to music at Haitan Sa. What a pity for Grandmaster Wei. The youngest Grandmaster in history, yet he dares to ignore the elder Grandmasters. Trash. Everyone below heard this and was extremely surprised and indignant on behalf of the Alliance's Grandmaster. Xiao Tianhe angrily stood up. All right, I want to see just how capable Suo Chen is. He doesn't even take the Ju Cheng Grandmaster Alliance seriously? Since he's not coming, we'll go find him. At the same time, at the Haitan Sa Stage Theater, beautiful music was playing. Xiao Tianhe's granddaughter, Shaolin, was performing. This song is dedicated to Shaolin and to everyone. Suo Chen and Song Yan were enjoying the performance and clapping. Song Yan looked at Suo Chen and thought touched. Recently, he's been busy with his medicinal formulas and hasn't had time to pay attention to these things. How did Suo Chen know I like Shaolin? At this moment, the Mc went on stage and announced, next, we'll choose a lucky audience member to come on stage to play, and you can also choose to play with Shaolin. The young man with green hair behind Suo Chen put his legs up and scoffed, HMPH, I think playing the piano is just like that. I don't understand why anyone would like this. Seeing that he didn't respect the art, the blind girl sitting next to him couldn't help but say, if you don't want to listen, you can leave. The young man was angry and shouted loudly, woman talking, what are you muttering about? He couldn't help but attack the blind girl. Seeing this injustice, Suo Chen couldn't bear it and grabbed the young man's wrist. Come on, buddy. You're going to hit even a blind person? Suo Chen squeezed the green-haired young man's arm tightly. The young man cried out in pain. Ouch, 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 it hurts. I won't do it next time. At this moment, the stage lights shone on Suo Chen, and the mic announced, congratulations to the lucky audience member, Suo Chen, for receiving the opportunity to perform on stage. Song Yan sat beside him and reminded him, Suo Chen, it's you. Suo Chen released the scoundrel, smiled, and said, haha, such good luck. The green-haired man angrily supported his aching arm. his voice filled with disdain, HMPH, pretending. I don't think he knows how to play. But when Suo Chen's fingers pressed the keys, the space seemed to fall silent. The beautiful melody began to play.